Hey guys, we're back. Just to back up my other assertion about how if the whole ring thing, if we, you can't say that he didn't know about another red ring that Master stole. If we'd gone the other direction that I wanted to go and said, hey, what about this red ring that Luke at me just said that he received and that the blackmail letter's talking about? The defense's answer in this game would have been, you can't prove that Master Mask also didn't receive a red ring, or something like that. So they're doing the exact opposite thing of what they would never have allowed on the other side.
Yes.
Why do I beat this like a dead horse? I should get over it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But
But we love it.
gets me. Go ahead.
We're presenting Luke at me.
Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme! Don't overthink it, you'll enjoy the game more. Some horses just deserve beating. Maybe it's half the enjoyment of the game. I mean, it's become like a joke, Phoenix Wright games have become famous for insanity.
Yeah.
And maybe that's part of the ride, is just allowing it, letting it flow through you, the idiocy.
Let it flow. Let it flow.
I still think that we should be playing McPixel more before the game, just to get us in that mindset that nothing makes sense.
McPixel!
Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved with every single Master Mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen.
Oh, it was just in the last case.
I don't know.
Holy
I can't remember. And received a jewel as your reward. Uh-oh. Jeez, that's going to go on for a while. Let's wait. Please donate to the Turbo Club so that we can get thicker walls.
We'll never get thicker walls.
Yeah, there's no way we could get thicker walls. We rent.
A jewel.
Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring! Thank you! That is the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Cain Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you! You can't prove that, like... That's exactly how I started the segment. That doesn't prove it. And Godot should be all over that. Oh, there we go.
It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Wright.
Uh-oh, I don't like the way he said that.
Cain Bullard, blackmailing Luke at me. Are you for real?
Yes, I am. Fuck. Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him.
Then answer me this. The blackmailer contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world.
Yes, it certainly does.
Cain Bullard threatened to identify and make Luke at me's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity?
Atme killed Cain Bullard because he was afraid his secret becoming known. His secret that he was working with Cain Bullard. But I still have to say, the hole in that logic is that Cain Bullard would have to sacrifice himself to reveal it.
Yeah, right?
What was the identity he wanted to keep secret?
This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
Oh shit! The identity that Luke at me wanted so desperately to keep secret was, okay, we'll try to come up with what we think it is, but then we need verification because we're not playing the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Again. That he was a blackmailer.
That Luke at me, that he was an ace detective.
No.
That he wanted to keep secret. Oh, that he was a
gonna
blackmailer.
reveal that he was a blackmailer, right, guys? Just, I know it's pretty obvious. I want it 100. Who knows if Phoenix Wright? Maybe we say a blackmailer and they would say no, and then you have to go back and say an ace detective first, and then you have to say a blackmailer.
They're saying blackmailer.
Okay.
Okay. I'm hitting it.
Yep. Look at me was a blackmailer.
Objection!
Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying?
You said
You said that King Landrew was the one blackmailing Look at me. Are you saying that Look at me was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
Ugh. You have to admit that does sound a little bit odd.
it's not odd. It's the only thing that makes sense. Dummy. Cain Boulard was blackmailing Luke at me. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone.
You rock.
That's my rocking.
Yeah. I recognize it anywhere.
What?
It's really good.
It's
really
a bit stiff. It's just like Kiss.
Hello, St. Louis!
Wow.
When your head went up, as music was going on. Oh God, you're such a dork.
It was my weekend at Bernie's.
I think someone might be an octopus.
Oh man. Now I want to see Phoenix Wright crossed with Octodad. Where Octodad has to be a lawyer. Oh man, that could be. They have the level creator. That could be awesome. Where a judge is placed, and you have to like get around the courtroom to hand evidence to the judge without anybody noticing and stuff.
That would be fun.
Because he already looks like Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, totally.
If that doesn't get created, they could call it Octo Wright or something. And you could have dialogue in there of like people saying, "Phoenix, you seem odd today," and just
I'd play that.
So, did you start to receive blackmail letters starting after this incident?
Yes, just a few days after the Terraforming on Ice. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans.
Ace Octopus or Octoturney? Ace Octoturney. Okay.
Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean Ron Delight was actually masked.
That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. That someone was none other than Luke at me.
Silence! Oh, now I see. It's all becoming clear.
Well, what is?
When you are in grade school, you receive the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong?
How did you? But why would the teacher put that on a report card?
Dick.
You said that I look at me as blackmailing Ron Delight? In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Musky.
Well, yes.
Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second round world, correct? Which means I learned of this secret identity when he committed that first crime. Good point! You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise.
In that case, let's move on some bitter evidence. Which copy was that? The 17th cop. Should he have mentioned that then? Anyways, during the first crime, how did Look at Me know that Ron Delight was Master Mask?
Didn't he find the costume in the garbage?
Do we have a costume that we
No,
can
we
show?
don't. Can we
see.
save? Careful!
Shit, yeah.
How did Luke at me know that Ron Delay was Mouse? The Mouse.
Is he sitting on the garbage can he said he put the costume in?
He might be.
Clearly, right here, you can see him thinking that. See. Oh, never mind. This is the only thing pertaining to that crime, right? We have nothing else that refers to the first crime.
No, you don't. It's gotta be it. Could you look at the profile of Master Mask? What does it say for his profile? Left. I feel like it has to be the newspaper clipping.
We know that Ron stole it because he was the only security guard on duty and it was easy for him to do it, like, and he just hid the costume there.
But Atney said he found it, right? And
He found the costume, and instead of revealing Ron's identity, he saw the opportunity there to start blackmailing and start using it against him.
I feel like it's the newspaper. Check Ron's testimony.
Oh, I forgot there was another piece of evidence. Ron's testimony does pertain,
Stealing is directed by blackmail letters. Oh.
but that isn't.
No.
That's not during the first crime. That's after the first crime.
Newspaper clipping.
We'll see. I hope. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Uh-oh. Gets into a lot of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Master Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in the bucket.
That sounds far too stupid to be true.
Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Adme. That's when you learned under his mask, Master Mask was Ron Delight after all.
What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Master Mask? No, but it looks like it was an ace detective.
What a Fred, trying to price himself off as an ace detective. Pedophile!
Monkey made out of you.
Here's a pedophile! Why you, how dare you expose me like that? Wait, why I mean I've never blackmailed anyone before in my life! I'm a famous, proud detective, and I'm also Master Mask. Oh crap, I've even lost my, why can't anyone understand that? You're not even French! I'm afraid you are neither proud thief, nor an ace detective, nor a frog. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. What? Why you? Ha! No, I'm gonna go back. With your uncomfortable lonely test, you self-sentence you. I say none of you can come in my digits. Second, that's your commenter. Commenter to him. A detective can handle this murder blackmail.
Wow.
You're actually French-Canadian.
It would seem that we have finally gotten the real answer.
That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme.
Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atme.
Objection!
The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim.
Well, what do you mean I'm already prepared to deliver my sentence?
Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
But what about my job?
You don't get much more in your face than that. He's so good.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trey.
Save?
Well, where do you... Okay, save.
Oops.
See that. What are you doing?
I don't know how to save.
2.
Oh.
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at the lordly earlier the night of the murder.
That's right! That's why he's the one who killed Mr. Boo.
But there's still one thing you have yet to prove.
Well, what's that?
Just because he wasn't the one at the warehouse doesn't mean he was the one at the crime scene. Therefore, you can't prove that he's a pitiful excuse of a man with that KB security. And I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
No! No way!
Order! Order in the court! Well, Mr. Wright?
This is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office that night. We'll be back after the break for hopefully, probably not the final segment, but Video Games Awesome Live continues after this.